are White Sox. Wrigley Field. Carlos Zambrano, first home start since beating up that Gatorade cooler. Alexi Ramirez with the house it, his 7th at 3-1 Sox. Zambrano 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned. Sox added 2 more off Carlos Marmol, and then Micah Hoffpower facing Scott Linebrink and Chris Getz. Bad hops in his keg. He gets the E. Later in the frame, Ryan Theriot up. 2 on. Cubs, 227 batting average with runners in scoring position entering this game last in baseball, and Theriot pops up to second infield fly rule. Next batter, Milton Bradley. Swinger. Next batter, Derek Lee. Power! 3-run home run. He strikes back. That off Linebrink, and it's a 1-run game. Lee's 8th. Next batter, Giovanni Soto. And Lee will not drink alone. A.J. Brzezinski set up outside. Linebrink went inside, and Soto goes outside the fence. Game tied. Bottom 9, 2 outs. Runner on second. Alfonso Soriano entered this game 2 for 24 in his last 6 games. He makes the blooper reel. The White Sox bullpen makes the blooper reel. Reed Johnson scores. Cubs come back to win 6-5. All 4 runs unearned. 4-run comeback.
Day game, but Marco Scutaro was wide awake. Look at him take the walk from Joe Blanton as Scutaro jogs down to first, takes a little glance over at the pitcher and notices the Phillies are not paying attention. He's like, I'm not doing anything. Go away. He takes off for second, and Scutaro is safe. A walk and a stolen base for Scutaro. 2 batters later, Vernon Wells. Line drive into the left field corner that'll go for a double. It'll bring in Scutaro. Jays up 3-1. Scutaro reached base 5 times in this game. 5th inning, 4-3 Phillies. John Mayberry Jr. getting a call up to replace Raul Ibanez. More on him in a moment. Raul who? Mayberry. Solo shot, his 2nd, fills up 5-3. 8th inning. Tied at 5 now. Aaron Hill grounds into 3rd. Pedro Feliz. Boot! Could have been a double play ball. 2 on, nobody out. Next up is Wells. And that is a bloop. Scutaro scores again. Wells was 3 for 6 on the day, and the Jays up 6-5 after an intentional walk. Bases loaded for Alex Rios. Harmless can of corn from Mayberry. Wells tagging from 3rd, but Mayberry's throw hits the spot. It remains a 1-run game thanks to the gun by Mayberry. They swapped runs to make it 7-6 Jays. Shane Victorino at the plate, man in scoring position. Victorino through the box. Rollins comes around to score from second. He had a 3-hit day. Phillies tied at 7 to the 9th. Former Phil Rod Barajas booed every time he comes back to Philly. Ryan Madsen breaking ball for a strike, fastball for strike 2, so it's 0-2. Chris Coast sets up, wants a high fastball, not high enough. Barajas jumps on that mistake. It's into the shrubbery in center field. Off Madsen, solo shot, dead center. The Jays win it 8-7 on the 7th homer of the game. The Phillies are swept at home where they are now. And by that I mean dress code. You saw the rain out on Long Island. It came to the Bronx as well. Fans had to wait 5 hours, 26 minutes to get to baseball. And good things come to those who wait. Yankee fans who stuck around got an upgrade, and it was a steal of a deal. Terrace seats go for $22 to $80. If you upgrade to the field level, that's $125 to $350 value, with savings in the high end of $270. Fans who made it all the way to the Legend Suite getting a steal on $2,500 seats. Now what would you pay? You know, the bleacher folks, bleacher people are just bleacher people. They like where they are. They want to stay right out there. Alex Rodriguez would like to find them. Yankees down 3-0 in the 7th. That's warning track power. And Willie Harris has the power to stop him. A-Rod 0 for 4. He's hitting .212 now. Bottom of the 7th, bases loaded for Derek Jeter. Pinch hitting. Julian Tavares gets him to ground out. Nationals out of the jam. You know what you haven't seen in this highlight so far? A home run. You know why? Because for the first time in the history of the new Yankee Stadium, there wasn't one. Brett Gardner making a great grab at the wall, and he would pay the price. You see him jarring into that wall. Eventually would be wheeled off the field. He was a little woozy. Later said he just had a headache. Nationals win at 3-0. They become the worst team ever to win a series from the Yanks in the Bronx.
From the empire to the nation, and it feels like rain. Fenway Park, Boston and Florida. 2-1 Marlins, bottom 4. J.D. Drew, all wet. Ricky Nolasco gets Kevin Youkilis, who homered on him earlier. Soaked that up. Bottom 5, David Ortiz, a 3-0 pitch, pops it up. Dan Uggla and Emilio Bonifacio. Communication breakdown. It's always the same. Ortiz gets on first base. He did not think he would be. He blamed it on the bat. Nolasco, Jason Varitek into the pool later in that inning. Nolasco only allowed 1 hit in 5 innings. They had a 2.5-hour delay because it was raining. The Marlins win 2-1. Uggla and Paulino solo shots off Lester, who gets the complete game loss.
All right, Cards trying to sweep the Tigers out of St. Louis on a warm night. Hot, 92 degrees for Joel Pinheiro and the Cards. After a Pinheiro 0-2 pitch to Josh Anderson, watch Pinheiro shake his left arm, grabbing the elbow, so something's going on there. Next pitch, low for ball 2, and after that pitch, Pinheiro again shaking that left arm. Barry Weinberg, the trainer, comes out to have a look. Pinheiro tells Tony La Russa, I'm fine. Then again, pitchers routinely lie in these situations. Yeah. I'm okay. Sure, everything's good. Pinheiro eventually strikes out Anderson, and then look at him. He hits the turf, cramping up. Oh, I hate the cramp in the calf. It's the worst. He said he was a little embarrassed by this, but he just couldn't get back up. The Cardinals still down in the 9th. Down 6-3, but the base is loaded for Rick Ankiel. He grounds out to Adam Everett. Double play to end it. Tigers avoid the sweep. Rick Porcello got the win. His 7th. This is a fair fight. Mets, Orioles. Dramatic finish. The Orioles 0-34 when trailing after 8 innings this season. That is not a strong statistic. Down 4-3 in the 9th and brewing up a rally. Matt Wieters doubles to the gap and left. Felix Pierre would come into pinch run for Wieters, who leaves having done his job. Same inning. Brian Roberts bunts down the third base line. Watch Omir Santos. Quick throw to third. Did he get him? Pierre is called safe. Tight, Next batter, Adam Jones. Full count. Francisco Rodriguez, that is low. Jones walks, PA scores. K-Rod's second blown save. Game tied at 4. A batter later, Aubrey Huff. That's your walk-off. First 9th inning comeback for the O's. The Huffers' 5th career walk-off RBI.
We got the last 2 World Series runners-up, Tampa Bay at Colorado. Chaz Palminteri. This is not a Bronx tale.
You know what I'm amazed by? Your dimensions here are really big, and still the ball seems to carry here. It's just an amazing thing. Whoa.
Like that. Carry out of the ballpark.
What did I say?
Chaz Palminteri called it. Yeah. You can stay as long as you want.
Clint Barmas' 2-run homer gives the Rockies a 2-1 lead. Next batter, Chaz, analyze this. Todd Helton back-to-back, and Helton's 8th. The Rockies going to win 4-3. They've won 13 of 14, and Chaz he's loving it.
Well, the Rangers are not Chiefs, but they've certainly been commanding against the Astros, going for a 6-game Lone Star sweep with 43 in the house. He had a sweep named after him. Brandon Backey making his first start of the season. Michael Young just flat out owns him. 10 for 13 in his career against Backey, and we can update that number. Our homer to right center field, his 9th of the season, not all against Backey. 1-0 Rangers, 6th inning. Astros down 3-2. Kaz Matsui up, 0-2 count. Vicente Padilla, fastball mishandled. Miguel Tejada scores in the pass ball. Game tied at 3. 8th inning, Hunter Pence, something for his people. He's a local kid, 2nd homer in this series. 10th of the year, Astros up 4-3. Andrew Jones lines it in a right. There's Pence. Great catch to end the game.
Baseball at home against Oakland. These two have each split 1-run games. Russell Martin batting .093 in June. Vin Mazzaro with the bases loaded, 1 out, and Orlando Cabrera, the leaping grab on the soft line. Let's go bottom 3. Dodgers down a run. Orlando Hudson ties it up. He goes solo. His 5th. Bottom 5. Runner 2nd. 1 out. Juan Pierre lines a single to center off Mazzaro. Martin comes around to score. Kurt Suzuki gonna pick it up in the 808. Gonna toss out Pierre. Dodgers up 2-1. Nomar pinch hitting, top 7. 2-1, runner on. Pinch hit for the pitcher Mazzaro. Bloop single to left. Pierre gets it. Rafael Furcal's pointing to second. You see it? So Pierre goes to second, does as he's told. Well, look at Rajai Davis. You going to second, I'm going home. And I'm beating the throw home. This game is tied. Bottom 7. 2 runners on for the Dodgers. Brad Ziegler against Mark Loretta. Space. James Loney comes around to score. The Dodgers take the lead, and they hold on, and they win another one-run game, 3-2. They're 16-6 in one-run games this season. That's the best in baseball, 23-15.
Here they come. You know them. You love them. You demand them. Top plays. Rays Rockies. Carl Crawford into the hole at short. That's where Troy Tulowitzki operates. Ranging, firing, getting his man at first. The Rockies win 4-3.
She's a beauty, that number 9. Diamondbacks Royals. Arthur Bryant or Gates. Jose Guillen, hot shot to third. Augie Ojeda. 5-4-3 double play. Diamondbacks win 12-5, your final.
Pirates and the Twins. Andrew McCutchen hits it hard, but apparently not hard enough. Joe Creedy diving to his left to make the catch. His creed is get it.
Phillies want to get out of town, and I mean it, because they can't win at home. Alex Rios flies out to right. Vernon Wells on third, going to test the arm of John Mayberry Jr., and John Jr. goes Chuck Connors on him. Wells is out. Carlos Ruiz handling the one hop. More from this game momentarily.
Braves and the Reds. Alex Gonzalez deep to left center field. Matt Diaz on his horse. It's been a long way. It's a long way to run for a fly ball.
Confederations Cup, Brazil and USA at number 5. Brazil's Mike Cone, no relation to Linda Cone, over Tim Howard for the goal. This is what, now let it breathe, and then right here, that's where the guy starts screaming. Brazil wins 3-0.
He's not your cone or their cone. He's
my cone.
My cone.
I like that.
Yeah. Nationals, Yankees, Robinson Cano hits it hard. Anderson Hernandez, great diving grab.
I like snow cones. Call them shave ice in Hawaii.
That's right here.
Blue Jays, Phillies again. Jason Worth, one on for him. He hits the blooper. Vernon Wells. That's a top play. Toronto won.
White Sox, Cubs, great game. Kosuke Fukudomi looks like a base hit. Looks can be deceiving. Chris Getz, not only the stop, but the flip to Alexei Ramirez for the force out. White Sox would lose that crazy game 6-5 on the walk-off single.
And number 1 at Yankee Stadium, Alex Rodriguez shot into left, but I know a cat named Way Out Willie. Willie Harris making the stretch, the catch at the warning track, and the Nationals win 3-0. Become the last team in the majors to pitch a shutout this season. Rays in New York. Andy Sonnenstein 1-6 on the road this season. In a jam, bottom 2. Brian Schneider. Where are the cookies? First of the season, 3-run shot, and New York up 3-0. Now, John Maine is injured, so Jerry Manuel's got to go with Fernando Nieve. He pitched well against the Yankees in his last start, and Ben Zobrist socks one deep to right center, but Carlos Beltran catches up to it. Nieve then going to get Gabe Gross, the next batter. He goes 6 innings, 3 hits, and earned run, and Jerry Manuel says afterwards, quote, his history would not have indicated he would be this good. Sean Green facing Gabe Gross. Mets up 1, 2-on-1 out, get out. Next batter, Jason Bartlett, shut it. Green gets out of the jam. Mets win 5-3. Top 2, 2-on-1 out. Luis Valbuena, get out. 3-run homer, his second of the season. Tribe up 3-0. Top 3, 2 on, no outs. Victor Martinez. He's going to pick on Harden. His 12th, the Indians up a 6-pack. Harden, 5 innings, 7 earned. Cliff Lee, he's cruising 7-2, and he's been smoking lately. Gives up a leadoff single to Milton Bradley, and Eric Wedge says that's enough. Pulls Lee after that. 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned, 5 Ks. Took 3 more Tribe pitchers to get out of the inning. This is the second of those 3. Rafael Perez facing Alfonso Soriano. It's 7-5, now 7-6. Andres Blanco scores on the broken bat single. Next batter is Matt Herges. So he's the next pitcher. Ryan Theriot flies out to center. The Indians out of the jam. 7-6 is your score. Carlos Marmol walks 2 and then gets Martinez there to get out of the jam. Still 7-6. Kerry Wood, they gave him a nice ovation. He got 1 out. He was there for 10 years. Derek Lee was his buddy when he was there. And then Derek Lee, thank you for being a friend. Wood said Lee guessed correctly on the inside pitch. It's his second of the game for Lee, 10th of the season. Next batter, Giovanni Soto and Shin-Soo Choo helping Wood out. That's a TPN. Top play nominee if you're new to the program, Matt. Bottom 10, same score, 1 on, 2 outs. Luis Vizcaíno pitching, and Theriot. Well, he gets the home field bounce right there. He said the baseball gods were smiling on me. Take another look. No chance for Martinez. Cleveland's first appearance at Wrigley in over 10 years. And now they realize why. The Cubs gods not smiling on the Indians.
Like every other day. That's Casey Blake. That is a quality beard. He and the Dodgers have had trouble with the Halos, who had won 6 in a row. Blake doing his part. Eric Ibar, the little blooper in foul territory. Blake with the great play. And again, strong beard from him as well. Dodgers out of trouble there. In the 5th, man on for Rafael for call. Dodgers up 2-1, and he thinks, yeah, I'd hit that. Shot to left off Joe Saunders for Call's 3rd of the year. Dodgers up 4-1. 6th inning. Maisira's Torres up. That's a knock to right. Torrey Hunter comes in. Vlad Guerrero's behind him. He gets behind the throw. Angels down 4-3. They would tie it on a sac fly, but Juan Rivera up in the 8th. Layer down and smack him, yak him. 10th of the year. Angels up 5-4 on Rivera's first go-ahead home run in the 8th inning or later, ever. In the 9th, Matt Kemp struck out by Brian Fuentes. Angels win on the comeback 5-4. They're living right. That's 7 straight. They've won 13 of 18 against the Dodgers.
Francisco hosting Texas. He is a giant, literally and figuratively, in baseball. Randy Johnson's 600th career start. Gets Hank Blaylock there. He got pulled. He had 5 Ks. He had the lead. And the next batter, Randy Johnson, no longer has the lead. Marlon Byrd against Brandon Metters. Byrd drives in 2. The Rangers now have the lead. Bottom 6, Travis Ishikawa against Scott Feldman. Runners on the corners, Ian Kinsler. How about them apples? The catch he long arms it. He's got the presence to throw to first for the double play. That's a TPN, a top play nominee. Next batter, Fred Lewis.
Coming in.
He goes advertiser. 2-run homer. Is it going into the drink? Bounce, bounce. Water. Giants take the lead. They're going to win 6-4. Feldman's first loss on the road this season. Aaron Rowan, 3 for 3. Took 2 of 3 from the Yankees back home, trying to beat up on the Blue Jays. We're tied, bottom 7. Sean Camp, bases loaded, 1 out, and Elijah Dukes. Good game to watch. Next batter, Josh Bard. He's a voyeur. Nationals take back-to-back called 3rd strikes, leave the bases loaded. Bottom 11, bases loaded, 1 out, and Adam Dunn. He says, I didn't pay for a ticket. I'm not spectating. Off Jason Frazier. Walk-off win. Nationals 2-1. First 3-game winning streak for them since early May. Good on Washington.
The Astros spending 3 in Minnesota. Roy Oswalt just 3 wins his last 14 starts, but he did a lot of work on Friday. It was going well in the 5th. Delman Young on 3rd. Squeeze me. Nick Puto lays it down. Young scores. 2-1 Twins. Great play. Bottom 6th, Oswalt against Michael Kadire. Down the line for a double. Justin Morneau trots in. 3-1 Twins. Kadire, a 2-hit night. Oswalt still out there in the 8th, facing Young on his 125th pitch. Jason Michaels he couldn't find it. I guess Cecil Cooper's trying to figure it out. Twins win 5-2. Complete game loss for Oswalt. Kevin Slowey got his 10th victory of the season.
All right, let's check out the Reds with a 9-game losing streak against the White Sox. Let's check out Bronson Arroyo, because anybody with a do like that, you got to check him out. Sidearm action. We froze it, and Alexi Ramirez, he can't deal with it. And then Jermaine Dye, he was out over the top. And then Arroyo with the leg kick, getting Ramon Castro. Arroyo, 2 hits and 6 2/3, 2 earned, 7 Ks. Brandon Phillips, man, he hadn't hit a home run since the Millard Fillmore administration. He goes yard there, his 11th of the season. It's just been a while since a few at-bats, but Reds win it 4-3.
Baseball was good during the Fillmore administration.
It was good.
Intra-league ball. Pirates and the Rockies. Jim Tracy's teams played well for him, 15-5. Troy Tulowitzki gets it going. High, deep, gone into the trees out there. Solo shot, his 10th. He was 3 for 4 on the day. Rockies up 2-0. Brad Hopp, double to right field, brings in Todd Helton. 3-0 game on Hopp's 24th double of the season. That leads all big leaguers. Hopp against Ross Ohlendorf now. And Hopp, boy, it didn't look like he got much of that, but it'll travel out there. 10th homer of the season for him. Look out for the Rockies. They've won 4.
Check out Oakland in San Diego. A's manager, former Padres catcher Bob Guerin, returning to his former home. Jason Giambi, mustache. Kurt Suzuki, we went 3 for 5 scores. It's a 5-4 game. Next batter, Orlando Cabrera. 2-run double into left center. Matt Holliday and Giambi score. The A's take the lead, and the A's going to win the game 7-5, just their second win in their last 7 games. Great Northwest, Seattle and Arizona. Top 5 Diamondbacks up a 3 spot, no outs. Felipe Lopez going to make the blooper reel. Yuniesky, Betancourt, and Andy Chavez, they wish they weren't making the reel.
Oh,
that hurts to look at. Andy Chavez is down in pain. Take another look. The Seattle PR people say Chavez's injury is quote-unquote bad. He'll be carted off the field. It's a right knee. Ken Griffey Jr. pinch hit. Bartender. Jack. Ties the game. 2-run homer off Tony Pena. 6th career pinch hit home run. 7th homer of the season, game tied. 2 batters later, Chris Woodward. Rob Johnson. Chris Woodward was on second after a steal in second. Rob Johnson going to bring him home. Mariners win it 4-3.
Let's get on the on-ramp. Take this show to the 10. The top plays. Indians, Cubs. Kosuke Fukudome. Deep fly to left. Ben Francisco leaping into the ivy. Picks up some leaves along the way. This game...
so it may have been a poor sport. Italy won.
ESPN boxing analyst Teddy Atlas is tough, but not this tough.
It's the wrong color to be wearing, huh? The red? Not exactly the... There you go. No, I don't think so. Whoa. Okay. Hey. Well, I think that's one for today. That was great.
Yeah, stay right there.
I'm going to get in the ring with the bull. That sounds like fun. Red Sox, Braves, Casey Kochman, Jason Bay. Oh, for Coach Hurts at Gonzaga.
Number 6, Freeway Series, Angels, Dodgers. Torrey Hunter grounds it to third. Casey Blake takes care of that with the bare hand. Out at first, and James Loney heads up play to get his man at third. 5-3-6 on the double play. The Angels with the comeback 5-4 win.
At 5, U.S. Open, second round, Gary Woodland. This is a rookie playing in his first U.S. Open, and he is the dude, and the dude abides. He's at 4 under through 14 in the second round.
He's got the DVR set at 4. Back to that Tribe Cubs game. Jake Fox, grounder up the middle. Jamie Carroll laying out for the diving stop, and then tosses to second to get his man. A bunch of plays in this game that the Cubs won on the walk-off. Yep, and he got him. That's the proof.
I still use the VCR. Do I need to update?
Not necessarily.
Top 9 Astros wins. Lance Berkman.
He'll be fine.
Carlos Gomez and Delman Young come up with the ball. Young comes up with it. They were off Berkman. It just flashes 12 all the time. I can't figure that out.
I couldn't believe the other day when you said you had cable now. Number 2, White Sox Reds. Barehanded plays all around. Bronson Arroyo taken care of by Alex Ramirez, and Alexei gets Jerry Hairston to boot.
If I send you a text, you'll drop dead. College World Series, ASU, Texas. I love the smell of aluminum in the morning. Smells like victory. Connor Rowe, walk this way. Texas going to face LSU for the CWS title.